Okay. You ready? Let's go.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Interesting. Oh, it has a like zoom camera.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
This is pretty cool.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
This is interesting. I'll say that.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
I'm gonna go down here.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
So I'm guessing, is Edith Finch her mother? Or is it her grandma's house? I guess we'll find out. I guess that passage takes ways.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Milton Finch. So I guess her brother went missing?
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
That's why we're gonna go over here and check it out.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11. The power had been turned off the night we left.
I like this way of like telling a story. Just
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
so we're the girl and Lewis.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Wow. back here.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Why they? It looked like
It was
they
like a
left.
bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
I'm so curious. Why is this such a
My mom
wreck?
was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
It's creepy.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
So I'm guessing they had
A
another
lot of
brother?
things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
I don't want to unlock any doors yet.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
I guess Edie didn't want.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
It's a pretty room though.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Hey look, we found the key thing.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
I would like to look around first.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
It's interesting though.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
It's interesting though.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
I kind of like this aspect. It's like mysterious. You get to learn the story.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
So I'm guessing Edith
Barbara was a child star for 2 years.
Finch is a daughter
until
that.
America grew out of it.
I guess in the Finch house is popular for looking odd in a way.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Let's go into the place now. I was just curious about those. Why is that different? It's like,
From the the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Different ways into different areas of the house, I think.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
I hate when it saves. Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
I'm guessing.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh.
I ate a lot of things that night.
She ate a lot of things and she probably poisoned herself.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
It's like
And
all
suddenly,
the finches are locked up.
I was a cat.
Where am I supposed to go?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
This is interesting.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
I'm confused. Is it basically like playing her death?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
What's bigger that we can eat?
a mama rabbit.
I mean, I guess that's bigger.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Imaginations of a child. I think this is playing out to like what happened basically. Is like she fell to her death probably.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Ah,
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
this is kind of hard to control. Da 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 da. There we go.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I lost him. Come on.
Grabbed on tight. I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Yeah. Murdering people. Go towards the music.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't. After the last passenger, I was
Yeah.
still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
This is interesting. I
slithered
like the snake
onto
one.
the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. closer and closer.
And she's back to her room.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, that was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh god. So it basically gets to a part where, like, you go through all the predators and then you finally realize she was aimed by something. Interesting.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Maybe.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Dang.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
This is really deep. I think it's possible to go back and look at runes, maybe.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. and he wasn't. I
Oh.
think Calvin always wanted to fly.
This is how he died.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh, they put an
I
imaginative.
told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
He
then
fell.
maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
So I'm guessing all the Finches had very odd deaths. Oh, we're going really high.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
He flew, but not the way he should have.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Are the rest of the people still alive? We should probably
After
go
the
back.
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Let's see if we can find anything back here. Okay. I think there's something over
The
here.
room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune
And misfortune. So I guess in
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
he never
But
did.
40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly,
Oh,
step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
okay. We got how Molly died though.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
I'm curious. I'm gonna go back real quick and then we'll come back. Okay, we can't go back. Okay. Let's go to the next death.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Alright, we got that open.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream.
Maybe
at a
because this
local
is the way she
convention for
actually
monster
died.
movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Maybe that's how...
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, not the Halloween music.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little
Deserved.
something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick,
This is
you're dead.
interesting. I like this little aspect. Again with the Halloween music. Jeez. This is actually kind of scary movement. At least they're guiding me to this room. Oh.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Oh, so that explains why those were
But
kind
she
of
sensed
fixed.
the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing. but
I'm
all
guessing she fell
heard
off
was
the side instead. And this is the adaptation of how she actually died.
at the door. She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom.
I feel like it's sad to
But
make a comic off of
unfortunately,
someone's death,
so did
though.
her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Now let's go to the music box. I already messed with the music box. I just didn't realize there was something with it. Well, guess it's somewhat true. But you never go into the basement.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted
So I guess then this
another
is where we
tetanus
find
shot.
Sven. Another tetanus shot? Why'd you have to get the first one anyway?
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Because Walter moved.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
You lived down here for 30 years just eating? And she didn't realize?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Oh. This house is pretty weird. I'm guessing maybe Edie, like, died or something and stopped giving him food, so he got tired of waiting for her? Or maybe she just
I know it's
forgot
out
one day?
there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
I'm guessing the only reason why his...
I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one mere day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
He left. A train hit him. Maybe the only reason why his door wasn't locked was
Walter
because...
died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
She had no idea he died, maybe.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
It's sad.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Maybe.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
So we're going to the railroad tracks now.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for
Walter
myself
really died. Maybe.
and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Edith Finch might be the last one to die.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Aw.
But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Oh, we're not going that way? Okay.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
We're going back up.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
A family that knows death.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
2 had.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
This is really interesting. Like, I'm so delved into it, like, I just
looking
don't
back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Right. How many months is that in pregnancy? We'll pretend we know.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
That's why she has a hard time.
They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
I'm over here, Dad.
He was flying.
Just need to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can hit the road. Not quite.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
Odin Finch next. Don't
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
Dang.
I know, Dad. You're
Teach
always
him how to
serious.
hunt, I think.
Doesn't
Or
being out
her.
here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish.
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad,
Let me get behind you. survive, you'll need to be strong.
Aw.
Great shot,
Poor
Dawn.
dear.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh, where's he throwing it?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Well, we know how he died.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
It's sad, though. Hold on, I want to look more in here. Jeez.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
So empty. Hold on.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Yeah, I guess so. Why is she doing this at 22
After
weeks
Sam
pregnant?
died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Gregory was a child? Alright, so where were we at?
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh.
I wish she could have told us about the world we saw. There's so much I don't understand.
He drowned because the world
About
was so...
Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you
Yeah.
to be happy too.
That's sad.
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
There we go. That was sad though, that he died from drowning.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet. A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Ooh, I like this.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
This is interesting, but it's
I tried
also...
to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh. Where are we going? What's the next area?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh, wait.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Interesting.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Did Gus die in this one? Oh, he died from the wind.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
I'm guessing that he was punking out and he didn't want to go in. I think we go up here actually.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
So she met someone there. Probably Sanjay.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Oh.
And to see kids in the house again.
So I'm guessing they had their own garden. Cool.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Oh, they kept growing in their house.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
So I'm guessing she taught here, I guess?
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Aww. And it's marked off for probably when he was never found. Aww. So this all goes back to where Milton, her brother,
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
and this is his examination of it. He disappeared through there.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So I'm guessing some people are still alive.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Milton had found in the house. Mom didn't want it getting out.
I guess in that door was something. Look at that moon. It's so pretty. Oh, there's stairs.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Louis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Oh, we can't go this way.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Why do I keep going up and down?
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Okay.
And things that have not names.
Ah, my mouse is falling. This is hard to do this.
He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
This is hard to do this.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss.
Time.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him.
Ah, you shouldn't encourage it.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
I like the aspect that you can use
And he made musicians.
Fish sometimes to
and songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
It's also getting bigger.
And he was
and
always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery, but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination.
It's like a little mini game
so
in
he
his
could
head.
do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Ah, my headphones dropped. I'm so focused, like, I can't even... I don't even
Conquer a
speak, I'm
city,
so
then
focused.
immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
Oh, you're starting not here down the shopping.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
I mean, at least he's a good worker. Honestly,
Louisville,
like...
he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Oh, we're already going that way. I'm just kind of sailing, I didn't really think. Handsome queen?
The queen was on her own quest for...
Let's go sinister serpents.
Sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her electric sitar.
He's slowly getting lost in his mind that he doesn't know what he's doing.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
I wish I clicked
Someone
handsome
who'd
prince.
never known success in the real world, I I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
So he's leaving, I'm guessing.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Maybe he didn't like doing what he's doing, you know? It's hard to butcher everything daily.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
He started walking, taking his journey through
the palace
the
would be
butcher
packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
I think some of these stories, like, they really show, like, what happened is, like, someone died in a storm, someone died just losing his mind and thinking he was walking up the palace, but really he was walking on a butcher
His
thing.
queen waited, holding his crown.
And their little girl died from falling. Each
only
one
one
has his
thing
own
left
story.
to do.
Some of them are obvious.
Bend down his head.
This really shows what happened. He
The
got
rest I
crowned
think you know.
in his mind.
Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That's so
My brother
sad.
was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So now it's our turn. Where are we going next?
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Aww. Oh, we're going up.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
I'm guessing
Sweet state.
Edie dog died and her mom died.
But I understand why we left.
Do you?
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edith's little place, I'm assuming.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Oh wait, we're shorter.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
She's 22 weeks pregnant.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
There's so many pathways to this. Wow. Deep.
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
She tried to
We'll have the
run.
nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
The night I was born.
That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
So she changed
They
everything.
called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Maybe Edith changed the curse then.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
What? I'm so confused.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
She didn't want to go in a nursing home.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Aww.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
This is so sweet.
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Maybe
I
she
guess
hopes.
if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh, is this a baby coming out?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh, it's her child. Her child was going through the house. Did she accidentally like fall? Aww, that's sweet. That was a great ending. I did not expect that. Oh my god. Yeah, there is a message, like, hold every moment of your life, not as the future, but as the now. Don't hold on to the past. And even if you're struggling, like, don't take it to heart if you're struggling with something in the past. But I mean, like, focus on your current time. Don't focus too much about what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do 5 years from now. I think it's important to look at what you're going to do now. And maybe you're doing something to help yourself that you're struggling with now. Maybe you're doing something that you want to do so you can do better things. I am crying. This was a great ending. Oh my god. But dang. I really like this. It was so sweet. A little creative way of storytelling of how people died. How sad it is. It's interesting way of storytelling. I loved it. But yeah. As we're letting these credits go through. I will say, yeah. As I said, do not focus on the future. Focus what you're going to do now. If it's something to help, do it. Focus what you want to do. In this current moment. Like in this current moment, if you want to sleep, go sleep. I should probably go to sleep, but go sleep. I feel like it's important that people don't focus a lot on the future. And I do that a lot in my mind, and I always think about the future. But for me, that's just me, and some people are like that. They plan too much in the future. But it's also an aspect that sometimes you do need to plan in the future. But that's certain times. Like, if you're planning to be a veterinarian, hell yeah, plan things in the future, because you're going to need a lot of experience. That's what I'm trying to do now. I don't even know if I still want to. But, yeah. Good luck to anyone who's trying to be a veterinarian. It's hard work. Any medical profession is hard work, but it's hard work because there's so much you need to know. There's more anatomy you need to know, and there's a lot more things you need to know. But there's also a lot you need to know in humans. So, they're both difficult. And I applaud anyone who's made it through those medical fields. Because I'm struggling right now. But yeah. I don't know when these credits are gonna end. The end. We got to the end of the credits. Oh. We can replay stories. I think, like, these little leaves, it means that they died probably of natural causes, and it's probably a story of, like, they're not a finch, basically. Like, Kay's not a finch, but she's connected to Gregory, which is connected to Sam. But Sanjay and Dawn are connected, and Sven and Edie are connected. I think the most sad thing is how Molly died. Alright, that one was really interesting. Calvin, I don't remember much. Oh yeah, that one was really sad. This one was really sad and difficult somehow. That one was difficult. I'm curious. What does this do? Does this start from the beginning? Oh, yeah, it does start from the beginning. So she's beginning. It's very interesting. Milton was an interesting story too of how he just disappeared. Honestly, he probably walked away and probably walked off the balcony, in my understanding. Lewis, we know what happened to Lewis. He lost his mind. Don got sick. Gus, something happened in his dorm and he died. This one drowned. Walter? I think Walter is the guy that hid in the underground for a long time till he left and he got hit by a train. He got knocked off a cliff by a deer. Odin just drowned because he was shipping his whole house here. Edie probably died of old age or just slowly rotted away, you know. Calvin swung too high. Barbara, what I understand, she died from being murdered, I think. Molly died from a monster. So that's a recap of how everyone died. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and I hope you guys cried, because I cried. But yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Discord. Please. Yeah, because I do updates, and if I do music, I'll especially, like, release music samples sometimes. It's iffy on the music. And right now, me and a friend, we are working on Dear Theodosia. So, Yeah, that's a little sneak peek into what we're doing right now. But we are working on it as best as we can. Yeah. If you don't know, which I don't know which one is coming first, but it's my friend Piani, or Pianissimo 1016. He has a Twitch and YouTube channel, which shout out to him. He is a really great person, and I like his personality, I'll say that. Yeah. But me and him are working together, we're doing some songs. That's as far as we have in our group of people. We're trying to get more, but it's all well. We get more people. But yeah. Have a great day. Like and subscribe. Comment. Join the Discord. And I have other social media down in the description below. Yeah, bye kittens. My little lovely kittens. Bye.